Welcome back to another episode of the High Altitude Show. I'm your host with the most, the often imitated, never duplicated, Dr. BoA, aka Book of Alpha, running me here in the Alpha Sphere to get it in once again with the Alpha Men. I appreciate y'all for joining me again in the Alpha Sphere, the battlefield for the real. What's good, homies? Shout out to the homies in the building. So, 5-man Von Wick, what up with your homie? First on deck, J Lax is in the building. Oreo 3 Motivational, what's good, man? LOA, my young brother LOA, appreciate the $5 super chat. Homie said, what's good, big brother? Salute to the Alpha Sphere, sending mad love and positive energy your way. Keep doing the work of the Most High and guiding our men. Bless up, no doubt, brother. Bless up to you as well. D Flemings, what up, D Flem? See you in the building. Alpha G is in the building, taking over territory. Real talk. Meticulous mind, the 8-6 is on deck. What up with your homie? The last Dunn. What up, Dunn? I see you in the building. Steven Rodriguez. What up, Rod? I see you. Homie say cancel 2 days today. Self-prioritization. Yeah, no doubt, brother. Cinematic films. We say 10 things. We're going to get a solid 5. Shit, nigga, you're going to get a solid 15 probably. Q Knox was good with you, man. Codium 36. I see you in the building, man. DeRay Vicious is in the building. What up, Vicious? Mr. MJA, what up with you, man? I see you in the building. Shit. Oh, AVP Lifestyle is on deck. Vibrate Media, what up with you, man? Otaka 8209, what's good, man? What's good? Anthony Garcia, what's up with you, man? Atlas, what up? I see you, man. DJ Witch Doctor, what up, Witch? Wheezy, I see you in the building, man. Thomas Madreen, what's good, man? High Technique, I appreciate the $10 super chat, bro. Real talk. Almighty M is in the building. SOG 995 is on deck. All right. Stan Lako, I see you, man. What's good? My young brother Ice Turner. What up, Ice? Hey, man, if you haven't subscribed to that young brother's channel, man, you are missing out on the young brother, man, that has his mind into all types of information, man. Go subscribe to the young brother's channel if you haven't already, man. Peace to you, brother. Appreciate the super chat. Homie says blessings and peace. Dr. BoA, bless up to you as well, my brother. Marlon 244 is on deck. Taj Lee, what up, Taj? All right, man. Big Cam, I see you in the building. So again, man, you know, we got a show tonight. Last night, we had a game show. Tonight, we're going to have an information show, man. There's a difference in game and information. And a lot of cats can give you game, but they don't give you information. Then there's other cats that can give you information, but they ain't got no game. And I try to make sure that I give you the proper mixture, man, because, you know, all these different methods of feeding your mind and feeding your soul are necessary to become the most alpha version of yourself, man. That's just the bottom line. No Mercy Kid, what's good, man? Brandon Harrell, homie say what up from a white boy deep in southern Louisiana. SOG 995, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Homie say classes in session, no doubt, brother, no doubt. Devin Miles, what up, D Miles? All right, man, let's step it up and talk about this thing, man. Topic of the night show, man, is 10 things a man must accept and embrace about himself in order to be a happy motherfucker, man. You understand? That's what we're dealing with right now, man. These are some things, man, that men overlook about themselves, that men don't take seriously about themselves, and even worst of all, that men try to hide about themselves. There are many men who try to cover these things up because they're simply not satisfied with who they are. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm not saying you should be totally satisfied with everything about you and feel like there's no need to improve. Hey, man, life is all about becoming a better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Becoming a better version of yourself. Only time you can't do that is when you're dead, man. So, let's talk about this, man. And before I start this, man, let me give a disclaimer. I am by no means attacking anyone in particular. This is not an attack. This is the professor is in the building at the podium. This is simply information that we all need. Some of us have it, some of us don't. Some of us use it every day. Some of us have it and have forgotten it. But this is information we need every day. So the first thing that, man, before we get into any of this, man, let's talk about this. The first thing you need to accept about yourself before you can even properly move forward or move forward in the direction you need to move in, the first thing you got to accept about yourself is if you alpha or if you're a beta male simp man Johnny motherfucker. You got to ask yourself that first, because the way you pursue your life and the way you pursue your endeavors is going to be determined by that, and you have to accept that. And this is all based on the energy you have. You can look at your life and tell. You can look at your interactions with women and tell. You can look at your interactions with other men and tell. You can look at these things. If you are a man who has garnered a level of respect, then you can look at yourself and tell yourself that you're an upper echelon man. If you are the step and fetcher, the kowtower, the bow downer, if you're all of those things, then no, you're probably not alpha. And then there are some men now who don't care whether they alpha or beta. They make up other things to be. They're sigma, they're omega, they're whatever else they are. But the bottom line is, whatever you are, you have to accept that. And listen, man, label yourself whatever you want to. I know the little sigma male niggas be thinking I be dissing them, man. What's a sigma male? They still come in on that video now. That's why I won't move it. That's why I haven't moved it over to Patreon, man. They won't stop coming on it. They love, I don't hate alphas. I think alphas are this. Not once in that joint did you hear me say anything negative about anybody who calls themselves sigma males. But every time they come in, there's always something negative about alphas. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that I say they hate alphas, obviously it's true. If your response to my content is, I don't hate alphas, then you say some hateful shit about alphas. Come on, man. Just go over there and be a sigma. That's your life. There's a lane that a sigma male lives in. Go live in that lane. There's a lane that a beta male lives in. Go live in that lane. There's a lane that the alpha male lives in. And we shall live in this lane. There's more than one lane on the interstate, man. You go to some of these cities, they got 4, 5, 6 lanes, man. We got 6 lanes, bro. Pick yours. They all going in the same direction. Real talk. The eastbound lanes, all 6 of them going eastbound. Westbound lanes, the same. Pick your lane, get in your lane, stay in your lane. Don't try to become something you're not. Either you are this or you're not. You don't become these things. You know what I'm saying? Your character is not something that you suddenly become one day. It is based on your experiences. It is based on the things you've gone through. It is based on your upbringing. It is based on your exposure to masculine energy versus your exposure to feminine energy. That is what your character is made up of. Tony Davis, what's good, bro? Appreciate the $5 super chat, TD. So I say that to say this. The first thing that you got to accept and embrace is your upbringing. You got to embrace your upbringing. You got to embrace your background. So when you hear somebody saying, hey, man, that dude 30 years old, man, he's still repping his gang. He's 40 years old, still repping his gang. Hey, man, he's proud of his upbringing. He accepts his upbringing. That's his upbringing. Your upbringing is the foundation of who you are as a man. Your childhood will shape you into the man that you will become. I don't care who you are. No man can totally disregard his upbringing and become someone else. If you grew up in the hood, man, and you know what it feel like to go to bed hungry and wear some blow shoes and not be able to keep up with the styles, and sometimes, man, have roaches in your house or whatever. If you know how that feels to grow up, you can't grow up and live your life like a man that grew up in the bird with a silver spoon in his mouth. But the cats try to do it. You understand? That's why you see rich folks riding around in electric cars, and you see niggas who really ain't got no money but want to look like money out here, man, trying to buy, Bugattis and all these types of things, man. Kevin Kent Jr., what's good, 2KJ? Appreciate the $2 super chat. Homie said, BoA, keep that boss game coming. Guys like me need it. No doubt, brother. I'm on the job, man. So your upbringing, that's just what it is. I be hearing cats talking about, man, people who have felonies or people who have children or people who, people who've shot somebody or people who've been shot or, all these types of things, man. Guess what? You got some things in your life too, in your upbringing. See, while we was out busting guns, you was out getting chomped. And it's okay, man. Listen, it's okay, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all about something, man. When I was younger, man, I had a gap in between my exposure to my environment, about a 5 or 6 year gap, and then I was thrust back into it again. So from and these were younger years. These was right before my preteen years. I had a 5 year gap where they were moving along and I lost it. So I had to do some adjusting, man. I became a peacemaker being in that suburban environment just for those 5 years. I became a peaceful kid because there was no drama in my environment. For that 5 year period where I was away from my dad, man, just with my mom, it was a very peaceful time. I never saw kids fight, man. Literally. There were white people and Asian people and a couple of Hispanics and some Middle Eastern people in my neighborhood, man. Everybody was just it was just a big friendly melting pot of friendly families. Did that for 5 years at a very impressionable point. Came out of that, damn near high school. Man, I felt like I got dropped in the war zone. Because when we were young, we was kids still. Even in the hood, when you 4 or 5 years old, maybe even 6, 7 years old, you see things, but you're not exposed to them. You know what I'm saying? Your parents, regardless whether you think they're good parents or not, they're going to keep you out of certain shit. Shit, man, 12, 13 years old, man, the world changes. In that environment, we all pretty much grown 12, 13 years old, man. 14, man, shit, man, cats dropping out of school, man, getting money, driving Porsches, driving Vets. So, but trust me, it didn't take long, man, for me to get my shark fins back. Shark fins, my rows of teeth, my war wounds from other sharks trying to bite me, and then, my develop my taste for blood from biting other sharks. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't take long, believe me. But that small window changed me enough to where I know if you grew up in that environment your whole life, you can't tell me you hard. You ain't hard. Ain't no way in hell you grew up in the burbs and you hard, dude. You may be strong. You may be a good athlete. A lot of those things, but I'm talking about hard. You ain't hard, man. You ain't gangster. You ain't no thug. You ain't none of that. But that seems like a very alluring life. See, let me tell you what the problem is, man. If you're a man that gravitate to the thug life and you from the burbs, you think like a female. You know how females tend to like bad boys? Well, see, that's the equivalent of what you're doing when you come from a good boy lifestyle and then you try to act like you're a bad boy. You're gravitating toward the image just like females are. Only problem is the females want it for sexual purposes. You want to become it. Listen, man, for years, suburban kids have purchased, now everybody just streaming, but during the purchasing years, the actual music purchasing years, 75 to 80% of rap music was purchased by suburban kids. Think about that. 75 to 80% of rap music was purchased by suburban kids. Keep that in mind. So, another thing is this, man. You got to be honest with yourself about your mental state. Whatever mental state your upbringing put you in, You got to be honest with yourself about that. You got to accept that. You got to embrace that. And you got to realize that that has shaped you into what you are. That upbringing has made you something. So when I say things like, hey, man, yeah, I'm an asshole to women. Hey, man, I'm an asshole to women because I grew up in an environment where everybody was pretty much an asshole. If you wasn't getting it, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't present yourself a certain way, then, hey, man, everybody was an asshole to you. And so you just developed this whole asshole thing. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, man, I think I was 11. I was 11, man. And this chick, man, she was 15, right? And, you know, she was hollering at this cat, man. And I think he was 14, right? He was 14, so he just got a motorcycle. And I was 11, man. And I'll never forget, man, like, before, she wasn't heartless, man. She wasn't saying nothing else, man. Like, at a certain age, chicks look at you like you're a young dude. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when you like below 12 and shit like that. So, man, he got the little motorcycle, man. Her whole outlook changed on him. I'm talking about everything changed. It was almost like he became an overnight celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of my first experiences seeing that just a simple come up was perceived as a simple come up will blow a woman wig back, man, and have her view you in a totally different light. You understand what I'm saying? So the way I am with women, where I'm like, hey man, women gonna do what they gonna do. I don't care nothing about female nature. I've just seen it enough in my life to know that this is just how they are. I don't even like to call it female nature no more. You know what I'm saying? Because my upbringing has put me in a mental state, which is what we're talking about here. It's put me in a mental state where I don't even think about that. I posted something on IG about that today, man. If y'all haven't followed me on IG, man, go ahead over there, man. Book of Alpha running me on IG, man. If you haven't, I posted some over there today, man, about how, you just have to understand that this is how women are. This is how they are, man. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all what I posted over there right now, man. Y'all gonna get a kick out of this. Some of y'all have already seen it, man. But let me tell y'all what I posted over there, man. And this is something you probably never thought about. Now, of course, this is if you got a bad chick, right? This ain't if you just got some scallywag butterface. But let me tell you, peep game. Listen to these numbers. At least 5 niggas try to talk to your girl a day. That's 35 niggas a week, which is 140 niggas a month, which is also 1,680 niggas a year. If you think your bro turned down 1,680 niggas, you're a damn fool. Think about that. You think all that attention, you think your bro done turned down 1,680 niggas? So every year she turning down 1,600 niggas. Come on, man. In 10 years, your chick to turn down 16,800 niggas in 10 years? Come on, bro. That's the reality, but you have to think about that. These are the type of things that put you in a proper mental state. Now, if you grew up in the burbs and your dad was in a 50-50 relationship with your mom, and your dad was up in the church with your mom on the weekends, and your mom put her foot down and made a whole bunch of decisions in the house, and she used to tell your dad what he was and wasn't going to do, or even the worst case scenario, your dad used to give his check to your mama, and hey man, you don't understand that. That's why you have problems with this thing called female nature. But you have to accept the facts. When I hear a man blaming his life on female nature and what women think of nah, bro, how come I ain't got them complaints? You got to go back to your upbringing and find out the foundation of your response to how women are. Their nature is the same for us all. You know why it don't affect some of us? Because of our upbringing. Because of the mental state our upbringing put us in. You got men out here who hustle hard. You know why? Because they had to hustle to eat when they were young. They had to hustle to have shoes that they wanted to wear. They had to hustle to have even decent clothes. You see what I'm saying? Man had to hustle to get his first car. And it was a bucket, but it was his. So, yeah, that environment makes you, hey man, now I'm not saying everybody in that environment has a hustle, is a hustler now. I ain't gonna tell you that shit. There's lazy people in every environment. But what I'm saying is your environment affects your mental state. And you have to accept those things in order for you to be a happy man, because that's the foundation of your happiness. Who you are It's the foundation of your happiness. Nothing else. Nothing. I don't care what you be. I mean, nothing else matters. You can't build your life on anything other than who you are, and that's just the reality of it. Another thing I tell you is this, man. How you view women is something that you must accept and embrace if you want to be happy. If you view women as a prize, you got to accept that. See, you can't adjust and change things you need to change in your life if you don't accept that they're in dire need of change. So if you out here, man, thinking that there is one who's going, you're gonna be able to be a sucker with a woman. See, the thing is, when cats be talking about not all women are like that, and the AWOP, the AWOP and AWOP and all that, they're talking about a woman. There ain't no woman out there that's gonna allow them to be a sucker. That's gonna reward them for being a sucker. The problem is these boys want to be rewarded for being a sucker. They want to be rewarded for being a man who's going to love a woman unconditionally. They want to be rewarded for being a man that's going to provide for a woman whether she's worthy of it or not. They want to be rewarded for being a man that's going to consider a 50-50 relationship with a woman. They want to be rewarded for being a man that's going to allow a woman to ration out sex to him and give him and take care of his needs whenever the hell she gets ready. They want to be rewarded for being a man that's willing to step up to the plate and throughout his life just, take on, other men children over and over and over again. They want to be respected for that. You can do it all you want to, but you're not going to get respected and appreciated for it. And you have to accept the fact that if you're the type of man who believes you are, that you're a beta male simp mangina, you have to wear that hat proudly. The beta male simp mangina hat is yours. That shirt is yours. That life is yours. That coat is yours. That bumper sticker is yours. You got to wear that because that's who you are. So how you view women is going to determine what level of success you can have with them. I got some I'm gonna drop on the Pookie and Ray Ray channel tomorrow, man, about how cold approach can kill you. And I'm gonna give you an example of cold approach damn near killing a man. So you have to believe, man, that everything about you, there is nothing about you that's insignificant when it comes to how it's gonna affect your ability to achieve joy in this life, man. This shit is about joy. Manhood should be a joyous occasion. Being your most alpha version should be a joyous occasion. Every time you make a stride to becoming your most alpha version, man, you should be overjoyed. That's cause for celebration. That's why you gotta focus on this so much, man. Nothing can bring you more joy than this. So if you view women as a prize, you probably need to avoid relationships. If you view women as a means to an end, you're probably gonna end up in a pimp. Probably your life. If you view women as objects, then you're probably gonna kick it like the home and Animal Planet. See what I'm saying? You gotta accept who you are and build your life based on that. We're not all gonna be the same, so you should never be looking at another man and how he lives his life and saying, damn, I want his life. That's beta male simp mangina outlook, man. Another thing you have to be realistic about is how women view you. You have to look at your life. The sum of how women view you is the result of your relationships. You know how women view you, man. If you got to go on 15 dates with a broad, you know how she views you, man. She ain't interested. You understand? If you got to be trying to figure out how to gain her interest, man, you got a better chance of just coming across a woman that's interested in you already. That's how come you got to go 6 months before you cut. Because before you cut her, she got to like you first. And then when she like you, she got to lust after you first. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where if you have to work hard or pay women or always show up in your best or always look a certain way or always present a certain image to women for them to even like you, for them to even spend time with you, especially if you got to trick off, if you got to break bread to even have women's time, homie, you just got to accept that that's your life and stop talking and acting like that's not your life. Bunch of these cats on here, man, that's their lives. Their lives is women view them as a utility. If women view you as a utility and that's the only way you can get bad chicks, man, you better get your money up. That's the only way you gonna get them. You see, the reality of life is this, is if you have to trick off on women, the only time you sad, if you got to trick off is if you broke, because you can't trick off. If you got paper and you got to trick off, fine, trick off. I bet a paid trick, I guarantee you 10 times happier than a trick that's struggling to make ends meet. A trick who ain't got no money left after his bills. You show me a trick that can trick off whatever you want to trick off. Hey man, that's a happy trick right there. It ain't about these titles and shit. It's about happiness and joy. And you ain't got to be alpha to be happy and joy. What you got to do is accept who you are. Stop trying to be something you're not. When cats tell me, hey man, how can I become an alpha? Your ass can't. You can't. If you're a grown ass man and you ain't alpha now, you ain't going to become alpha. You could just use these alpha tools to become a less beta version of yourself. You could become a more alpha version of yourself. But if you're not already alpha, man, you ain't gonna just wake up one day and be a motherfucker that you, hey, I'm alpha. No, because who you are is made up of who you are. If you're a beta male, simp man, Johnny, and you like women and you love them and you want to fall in love and you still seek to have that fairy tale relationship, then you know you got to use these alpha principles to guard your grill, to guard your emotions, and keep yourself away from getting in those situations because you know they're impossible, but they don't stop you from wanting them. Just because you don't go and be in a relationship don't mean you don't want one. You just got to be strong enough not to fall into that damn trap because you know it don't exist. That's what I say that's what I mean when I say use these alpha principles, man. Use these pimp principles to guard yourself from being caught up in those simp situations. Not because you're not going to desire them. It's like a crackhead. You go through a 12-step program. Hey, man, you don't smoke crack no more. That don't mean your ass don't never want none. See what I'm saying? You got a gambling problem. You go through Gambling Anonymous, whatever the hell they do for people that got gambling habits. Then you don't gamble no more. It ain't like you don't never get the urge to. It's just like being a trick. It's just like being a sucker for these women. I won't even say being a trick because most tricks are happy tricks. It's just like being a sucker, thinking that you finna marry some woman legally and your marriage gonna be the one that work out in the end. Y'all gonna grow old together and you still gonna be able to be the man and you gonna be, nah, bro. Keep yourself out of that situation. That don't mean you alpha. That mean you using alpha principle to stay your ass out of a beta situation, man. You know, I'm just saying, man, these are the type of things, man, that we have to consider as men. You gotta realize, accept, and embrace, and even appreciate who the hell you are. Stop trying to be somebody else, homie. You ain't gonna never do it. Every year you waste trying to be somebody else is a year you waste failing to become a better version of your fucking self. Because you can't become me, and I can't become you. Another thing you have to accept is this, man. You got to accept your sexual preferences, man. You got to. There's plenty of men out here that like fat chicks. Plenty of men, I ain't gonna say fat chicks, plenty of men out here like big girls. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a couple big girls who follow me on IG, man, who they stout, but they still got small waist, man, and flat stomachs. I mean, they stout. When I say stout, they stout. They still got flat waist. They still got flat stomach, small waist, and a nice, good round chunk on the back of them, man. I'm talking that thing round. It ain't flat. It ain't shaped crazy. It's round. I'm talking about chick look like she might be 5'6", man, about 190, about 185. Thick as a snicker. I'm talking about super thick. So thick that if she wasn't lean, she'd be fat. But she thick like that and she lean. Like she been having her legs all out and everything, man. These chicks have their legs out. They have their arms out. They don't have that flab hanging off their arm. Their legs don't have no cellulite. These chicks just be thick, but they be firm and lean, bro. The craziest shit I ever seen in my life, man. I'm thinking it's got to be photoshopped almost. But you know, hey man, you know, with me like that, man, with chicks like that, man, I don't never follow them back. You know, they just follow me, man. I don't never follow them back. It ain't nothing for me. But whatever your sexual preference is, man, if you like big girls, if you like short girls, if you like white girls, hey man, if you like, as long as you ain't doing no crazy foul shit. But hey man, it don't matter what you like. Even y'all dudes out here, man, that like boys. If that's your preference, man, you're not gonna be happy until you accept who you are. You can't keep running from who you are. You can't run from it. You're gonna be a miserable nigga if you run from who you are, man. You can't. You're gonna be miserable, dog. I'm talking about you, man. You're gonna be damn near suicidal if you keep running from who you are. You got to man up and understand that you the only one got to live your life. You got to be who you are, man. Embrace your shit, man. Because you ain't being fake for nobody but yourself, man. How much do you love yourself if you got to be fake with yourself? You sitting lying to yourself, but you know you telling a lie. And you living the lie like you don't know you telling the lie. Come on, man. How illogical is that? I met a cat, man. That boy say, man, he been celibate for 10 years, man. He say, man, he ain't having sex, man, until he come across a woman, man, that he feel that type of spiritual connection to, man, where when he meet her, he know that's his soulmate, that's his wife. He said he got to feel like the woman will put here for him. And he get a lot of back flack for that. See, a nigga always got something to say about what you do if he don't understand it or if he can't do it. The problem is, niggas worry too much about what other niggas doing. Man, I ain't got nothing. Whatever you do, do it. But do what's true to you. As long as you being true to you, man, hey, bro, I ain't got nothing to say. No nigga should have nothing to say as long as you being true to you. I just had a talk with my son the other day, man. You know, he just started a new school, man. Second week of school, man. His teacher want to make him uh, put him on a leadership panel. You know what I'm saying? Like put him at the top of the leadership panel, man. Man, he told me he don't want to do that, man. He don't want to be blah blah, you know. He don't want to, you know, for whatever reason, man. It was on some popularity thing, man, because you know he be clean and shit, man. He fly like his dad, so you know he already popular with the little girls, man. Already, he already getting hate from the little boys and all that, man. But you know how it is. So I sat him down, man. I told him, look, man, you can't worry about they kids. They ain't gonna have no effect on your life. You understand what I'm saying? Leadership is strong. It ain't like they telling you they want you to go play the trombone in the band. They want you to be on leadership. You say you want to own your own business. That's part of leadership. You got to start learning leadership now. You can do it because I teach you leadership skills all the time. See, it don't matter what I tell him. He got to embrace everything he can to start developing himself from a young age. The problem with a lot of us is we didn't develop ourselves from a young age. We were too caught up in what was going on around us and trying to fit into that or having to fit into that. The way he's growing up, I ain't grow up that way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't grow up like that. And that's why I'm doing everything in my power to make sure he does. See, this is the thing, man. You got to accept the truth about what you can realistically expect from yourself. Ain't no need for you to be out here trying to act gangster, packing pistols and all that when you know your ass ain't gonna shoot nobody. You got to be realistic about what you can accept from you, what you can expect from yourself in any scenario. I'm not gonna put myself in no situation where this dude wife over here, man, is trying to get with me, and I'm gonna scoop her up and say, yo, we just gonna chill, just fall through the crib, we're just chilling. And why? I'm not finna do that because I know when she come over there and chill, I'm gonna break her back. And what's that gonna be? Something I got to answer to the Most High for. You got to be honest with yourself, man. You got to be honest. Don't go start no shit with nobody when you know you sensitive. When you know you gonna take it to heart. Don't go spending no quality time with no female when you know a certain amount of quality time make you fall in love. You fall in love and she don't even be in no type of serious emotional state with you. You understand what I'm saying? You got to accept. This is one of the most important things that a man has to accept. The truth about what you can realistically expect from yourself in any situation. In any situation. See, there's a certain situation where two men can be having words and it's going to automatically turn into some fist throwing. Because both of these men are in that headspace where something going to pop off because they talking to each other crazy. And then there are scenarios where it ain't going to pop off because everybody involved is not of that mindset. And if you're not, that's cool. Keep yourself out of predicaments where that mindset is required. That's just the bottom line, man. You know, I honestly don't have to pack everywhere I go. I don't have to strap up everywhere I go, man. You know, I really don't. I don't have to strap. But there was a time when I did. There was a time when I ain't leave the crib without my strap. I ain't leave the crib without the AK in the trunk. I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? If it was going to go down, it was going to go down. And I was in an environment where it could go on at any time. Now, I don't have to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I still keep a lot of my old tools, man. I mean, because they mine. But, hey, man, listen, bro. I don't have to do that. And I don't. You understand what I'm saying? Because a week don't go by without me being in a situation where I know at least one situation, and it's real talk, at least one situation a week where I know if I was strapped at that particular point, I was going to up my iron. And he slap somebody across the head with it, or I was going to open up. You understand what I'm saying? I know what my fuse is like. The people that know me personally, they know what my fuse is like. They know how short it is. They know there are some things that make it burn out quicker than others. You understand what I'm saying? And so I know me. I know what to expect from me. You know what I'm saying? But people don't. You understand? I mean, let me tell you something. The majority of men on this planet, man, are one encounter away from being a total fucking menace. You understand? The majority of us are one encounter away from becoming a total menace, man. And we got to accept that about ourselves, man. So, again, the truth about what you can realistically expect from yourself in any situation or any set of circumstances is what you have to think about. You have to know this. You have to accept that. Also, now this is some, hey man, some niggas in here going, hey man, somebody gonna listen to this and feel some kind of way about this. But like I said, this is not an attack. This is information. You gotta accept and embrace your level of intelligence. Some niggas just ain't that smart. You understand? Now what do I mean when I say that? The same thing this society means. We're talking about books. But the same dude who ain't that good with the books, who ain't good with the Common Core curriculum that's taught in the United States in the public school systems, he probably can build a motor from scratch. Who has more value? The guy who can build a motor from scratch, or the doctor who can do open heart surgery? I think the guy who can build a motor from scratch. They're both very, very important, but the doctor who can do open side surgery, that surgery is only important to people who need open heart surgery. The cat who can remove cancerous growths, he's only beneficial to those who need cancerous growth removed. Damn near all of us need a motor in the car. So when we talk about it, you have to understand your level of intelligence. You have to see. I know when I first said that, it sounded like, and I know a lot of y'all took it like this, that I was saying you gotta accept if you smart or dumb. No, I didn't use dumb in there at all. I didn't use stupid. I didn't say you have to accept you if you intelligent or not. You have to accept if you smart or dumb. I'm talking about you have to accept and embrace your level of intelligence, whatever that level of intelligence is. Whatever that thing is that you know better than everyone, whatever you may be a cat man that can plant anything, man, and have it grow in speed in the speediest time. You might have a whole watermelon farm. Man, you might be making mid six figures a year, man, off watermelons. Because horticulture is your level of intelligence. Your level of intelligence. That doesn't mean high or low. That means level. Aspect of life. Level. Every man has a level of intelligence. You got to figure out what yours is, because guess what? It's key to your happiness, because once you figure out what your level of intelligence is, you can figure out that thing that's going to make you an entrepreneur. And I promise you, being an entrepreneur will bring your ass happiness. See, let me tell you something. The difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner, anybody can be a business owner. You can go get a business license, man, throw a sign up on a building, man, throw a sign up on a raggedy building, and you're a business owner. An entrepreneur is a man who grows businesses. You understand? An entrepreneur is a man who grows his business. He starts it, he grows it. You're not an entrepreneur until you grow your business. And you don't have to grow it a lot. If you run your business for a year and don't make any money, and then you run it the next year and make $75,000, $80,000 off of it, guess what? Now you're an entrepreneur. So you have to accept your level of intelligence. Your level of intelligence. Next thing is this, man. You have to accept your grindaholic tendencies and grasp on hustlenomics. In other words, you have to accept the fact that if you're a lazy motherfucker or if you're a hard worker, man, if you're a grinder. You understand? If you're going to do what it takes to put the work in, man, and pop something off that you invest your time and energy in, you got to embrace that about yourself. And if you're a cat that don't want all that responsibility, you just want to go work a job somewhere, you got to accept that. Don't start a business if you know at heart you're a worker. And don't go to work if you know at heart you should be running a business. And when I say don't go to work, I mean don't sit in for a lifetime job at a company. Man, do everything in your power to turn your passion into profit. That's one of the most thrilling joy bringers that a man can experience, turning your passion into profit. So you got to accept whether you're cut out to be a boss or a worker. Everybody ain't cut out to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be a boss. That's just the bottom line. Everybody cannot be a boss. We're not all cut out. We're not all cut out for that. Now, this is a big one. We talk about this one a lot, and this is the one that will make and break your ability to achieve anything in this society, man. This is real. You have to accept and embrace your status and standing in the world. You have to embrace that. The only way you can grow, either you're gonna grow from a lowly status, or you're gonna capitalize from a high status. But you got to accept what that status is. It's kind of like the cats who call out Pookie and Ray Ray and say they should have the women and not Ray Ray. Those cats aren't accepting their status and standing in the world. You see, the world is just not one big happy world. There are different sectors or aspects of the world. There's the professional world. There's the dating and relationship world. There's the athletic world. There's the, when you think about these things, when you're a guy who's not good in two of those, or you're you're kind of okay in one, but you're very good at the other, and then you suck at one. Hey man, you have to capitalize on the aspects of life that you have value in. When your status is high in any environment, capitalize in that environment. If you are, an educated cat, man, you got 3 degrees, man, come on, bro. Nobody's knocking that. That's a wonderful thing for you to go and get those degrees, man, so you can do what that thing is you set out to do. Because some things in this society do need degrees. They damn near made being a sports agent for college athletes be that. When they came up with the Rich Paul rule, LeBron James homie and his homie slash agent, who's representing a whole bunch of big name agents in the NBA, the NCAA said, nah, well, moving forward, you got to have a bachelor's degree in order to be a sports agent. NBA Players Association jumped in on that, and LeBron's had some negative things to say about it, so the NCAA backed down. But that rule was simply set up to make you have to fit into that world with a different set of criteria. So if you're square, your world is the square world. Don't worry about Big Booty Judy, because you're too scared to go where Big Booty Judy hang at. And Big Booty Judy don't even know where you hang at. You got to worry about those women who are in your environment, those opportunities that are in your environment. Again, I give you the Theo Huxtable coming to the hood to hustle analogy. It doesn't matter how many times Theo Huxtable visits the hood in the summertime, Theo Huxtable ain't moving to the hood. He ain't coming to the hood to try to get no money. So your status and standing in the world, man, is one of the most important things for you to sit down and accept, man. You understand? Because when you think about your status and standard in the world and you're accepting of it and you're realistic about it, that's when you get to find out whether people engage with you out of respect or solely because you can benefit their process in some way. Now, granted, even when people engage with you out of respect, it's always a mutually beneficial relationship. Because if it's not mutually beneficial, one of the parties isn't going to even deal with the engagement, the relationship at all. So whether people engage with you out of respect or solely because you can benefit their process in some way is a huge question, man. That is something huge to consider. Wolf and Beta Ty, man, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. That is something huge to consider. Because people dealing with you with respect will change your life. It will put you in the right position by having a person who respects you speak to a person that respects them positively about you. And that person who doesn't even know you but respects this person, they look at you and say, okay, man, let's give him a try. Let's work with this guy. Let's work with this guy. He comes very highly recommended by someone I respect. It's kind of like the same principle, man. That's why I come in here, man, and I give, I send y'all to Support Cat's channel if I rock with their content. You understand what I'm saying? Just like earlier, man, when I say, hey, man, go subscribe to the homie Ice, subscribe to the homie's Ice Turner's channel. I rock with Ice. You know what I'm saying? Ice has some great content, and he's a thinker. And I'm a thinker, so I respect anything that where a guy's a thinker. Hey man, I respect his movement, I respect his grind. And just out of you men respecting me and my opinion on things, some of you men go ahead over there and subscribe. I'm not saying everybody is, but some of you men go ahead to these brothers and subscribe. That's all I'm saying. Do people deal with you out of respect? It's kind of like this. If you listen to content for information value, and then you listen to content for entertainment value, it's two different types of content. The information with the entertainment value may end up doing higher numbers in the beginning, but it doesn't have the same playback potential. Once you hear a joke, it ain't funny the next time. See what I'm saying? Information changes regularly. Real information, soul stirring, soul feeding information changes regularly. It updates and upgrades regularly. So that's a major thing, man. Having that respect, man. If you in the world, man, and ain't nobody respecting you, man, you might as well go Rip Van Winkle, man. Go to sleep for 20 years. You really might as well do that, man. Now, another thing is this, man. You got to accept your mental, physical, and spiritual stability. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing I say about these cats, man, who say, man, they ain't worrying about the Most High, man. They ain't worrying about the word of God and all that. They ain't worrying about it. They don't want no parts of it. Hey, man, at least they sticking to their guns. They're honest about their spiritual instability. You see what I'm saying? You see a guy here, man, who is getting on his grind, man. You saw him go from fat to fit. You saw him going from unfit to unfat. You know what I'm saying? You saw him going to, from huge to being a man that is at a comfortable size for himself. That man was honest with himself and he accepted his physical instability. You see what I'm saying? There's a story I'm gonna tell y'all about, man, where this cat who this will be on the Pook and Ray Ray channel, man. This cat killed his wife, man, then laid on her body crying, man. Held her laying on her body, man, to the paramedics came, man. You know what I'm saying? So that man accepted his mental state. He knew he was off his rocker. So after he shot her, he just stayed there with her and hugged her body, man. Laid on top of her body, hugging her body, man, till the paramedics came, bro. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things we have to understand, man. You have to accept and embrace your mental, physical, and spiritual stability, because in any of those areas you're unstable in, you got to fix it. You can't become the most alpha version of yourself if your ass is unstable in one of those areas. There ain't, let me tell you something, bro, and this is real talk. There ain't no fat, broke alpha males. I say that again. There are no fat, broke alpha males. None. That's in a nutshell. Another thing you have to be honest about, man, is your financial position. Man, these boys out here, man, driving these fancy vehicles, man, I'm telling you. They look like they getting lean, but they getting skinny, man, because they can't afford no food, man. Paying these high car notes and insurance, man. They can't do it. They won't be honest about their financial condition. Everybody a baller. Everybody got stacks. Nah, everybody ain't got stacks. This whole fashion trending thing, man, where everybody just hopping on fashions, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even like the energy of that. I don't like the energy of everybody just humping on fashion. Oh, this fashion is good. Hey, man, listen. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? If you busted, man, say that. I mean, boy, well, live that life. And I'm not saying you tell anybody your financial condition, but you got to live your life according to it. How you gonna live like a baller, man, if you ain't got no paper? And another thing, man, before you do any of these, you have to accept whether you're truly happy with your current life. If your current life is it for you, man, hey, man, more power to you. I wish you the best, man. Do your thing. But first you have to ask yourself, is the life you're living making you happy? Are you satisfied with the life you live?